Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time joining us, hi, welcome. My name is Star, otherwise I'm very simply known as Lady Dead Rabbit. And in today's video, we're going to be going over some safety rules and guides to keep in mind for whenever you go to a convention. So whether this is your first time attending a Comic-Con or if this is your 50th time, this video will still be pretty handy to watch and just keep in mind for whenever you do attend a convention. Number one, above all, starts with personal safety. Taking care of yourself and making sure that you are okay. So if you're going to a convention, make sure that you're bringing all of the necessities that you need. So if you're taking any sort of medication and you are traveling far out to a convention in which you would need to stay in a hotel room, it goes without saying that you should take your medication with you. I find it really helpful to set an alarm on my phone and to set it to be really loud for any time that I need to take medication. Otherwise, I will absolutely forget. Besides that, you should always keep an eye out for your surroundings. Now, personally, I've only started going to conventions within the last couple of years, and I've never experienced any sort of danger or anything so much as someone catcalling me. I've not experienced it. I'm very fortunate for that. And most convention spaces, if not all of them, have some sort of security on premise. Not to mention they have staff members, so if someone's ever making you feel uncomfortable, or if you even notice someone else like being harassed of any kind, that is what the convention staff is there for. I personally am going to be volunteering at my local Comic-Con within a couple weeks, and that is one of my jobs, is if someone reports something like that, such as harassment, I'm there to help them. And it should go without saying that if you feel uncomfortable around someone else, then try to de-escalate the situation. Try to get yourself away from that person and always stay with some sort of group of friends. Now, this is especially important if you're a minor. If you're a minor and you're attending a convention, let's say you're going without a parent or guardian, you absolutely need to be attending it with a friend. Whether it's a friend that you're going to be meeting at the convention space, or if you and your friends are traveling together to and from the convention, you need to be with someone. You absolutely need to. Something that we don't really like to talk a whole lot about because it's bad, and I don't know, I guess people feel like it's taboo to talk about. Bad things happen to people all the time. And unfortunately, there are a lot of predators out there who will take any opportunity that they can to harass someone. And that especially includes people who are by themselves. So always go with someone to a convention. I would say it's better to always go with someone to a convention, and it's especially important to go with someone to a convention if you're a minor. Now, if you're a minor, you absolutely should not be traveling to and from the convention. Try to get your parents or your guardian or whatever to drop you off and pick you up at the location. And while you are attending the convention space, stay with a group of friends. Don't go off by yourself, and always keep your phone on you and stay in contact with someone. Now, if you're traveling out of state, or if you're traveling far enough to a convention in which you need to stay in a hotel room, needless to say, it's important not to share your location with anyone, especially if it's someone that you've only recently met. I recommend not sharing any photos or videos until after the convention is over. In fact, that's what most cosplayers do. They don't share any photos or anything like that until after the convention is over. Now, if you are a larger creator and you're not only attending the convention as a con goer, but you're going there to meet up with fans, you should have designated spaces in which you can meet up with your fans. And that might be something, depending on how large of a creator you are, that you would actually need to be in contact with the convention coordinator to discuss and talk about, especially with the opportunity of having like a guest meetup location. Number 2 is bags and belonging safety. Now again, personally, I have not experienced this at all. In fact, I don't think I know anyone who has experienced theft of any kind while at a convention, but regardless, it's still something that does happen. So needless to say, whenever you're attending a convention, always keep an eye on your stuff, your money, your phone, what have you. Because, I mean, thieves unfortunately exist. And not to mention that, conventions are usually really chaotic. So I would recommend bringing some sort of little bag that you can keep on you, or even having some sort of little pouch or pockets that you can keep your stuff securely in. Because you might set your stuff down, and even if someone's not intending to take it, they might accidentally swipe it up and keep going. I mean, you never know. My best recommendation is if you're going to a convention and you know you're going to be purchasing some big props or some sort of big thing, is the moment you buy it, just go ahead and put it in your car, or even better yet, just keep a tote bag on you, something that's large enough that you can hold it in, so that you don't have to worry so much about, I don't know, just holding it out in the open like that. And if you're a minor who's attending a convention with your parents or your guardian, you can always just have them carry your stuff. Or hell, if you're going to a convention with a group of friends, you could have someone be the designated bag carrier if you really have that much stuff to carry. Usually whenever I attend conventions, I specifically try to choose cosplays that already have bags and things on them so that I can just put my stuff in the pockets and I don't have to worry about carrying anything. Number 3 kind of ties in with number 1, personal safety. Number 3 is boundaries and cosplay etiquette. I'm sure you guys have already heard this before, but cosplay does not equal consent. And what that means is just because someone is dressed up as your favorite character, or just because someone is dressed up and they're showing and exposing a lot of skin, doesn't necessarily mean it's okay to just go up and touch them. It also means that you can't just take out your phone or your camera and start taking photos without their consent. Now, a lot of cosplayers are really cool people, and I say this as a cosplayer. If you go up to them, give them a compliment, let them know that, hey, I love your cosplay, and ask them, can I take a photo of you? 9 times out of 10, they're going to say yes. And in the case they say no, that's okay. It is not a personal attack on you. It might just mean that they're tired and they don't want to pose or anything like that. And if you want to hug them or whatever, just ask. I personally always go up to cosplayers that I really like and I'm like, oh my god, can I hug you? I have never been declined once. And even if I am, that's okay. I'm not gonna take that as a personal attack. And I personally have never experienced any sort of harassment while at a convention space, but I've also always attended with my boyfriend. It doesn't mean that those things don't happen. I get harassed all the time, especially online, by people who say some of the most disgusting, horrific things that they want to do to me. And it's disgusting. And yeah, but my point is people like that exist. It might not be something right in front of you, but they do exist. And you never know when you attend to a convention when one of those people might actually be there. So it's important to keep an eye on your surroundings and make sure that you're never just left alone, or if you are with other people, that it's people that you feel comfortable around, people that you know personally. Number 4, that's a 3. Number 4 is self-care and safety and health safety. This, of course, goes back a little bit to number 1, personal safety and security. With medications or anything like that, make sure that if you need to take it during the day that you're attending the convention, to bring it with you. Besides that, you need to have some sort of water. Now, most convention spaces don't allow you to bring outside food or water with you, and a lot of the times the food that they serve in convention spaces are unfortunately overpriced, but that might have to be a sacrifice that you have to pay. Other than that, a lot of conventions are usually held downtown in a city district. So if you can't afford to buy drinks or food at the convention, you can always leave the premises with maybe a couple friends and go eat somewhere and then come back to the convention. I do that all the time and I save a lot of money doing that. So it's important to remember to make sure that you eat, you stay hydrated, and that you take any sort of medication that you might need while you're at the convention. If you're as forgetful as I am, it's best to, at least a week before the convention, make a checklist of all the things that you need to bring, including any sort of like contact lenses or makeup or anything like that, just so the day of the convention when you're getting ready to go, you don't accidentally forget something that might be really important. And finally, number 5, online and post cosplay safety. Now, this is something that you really don't typically need to worry about, but again, as I was saying earlier in the video with number 1, be mindful of the things that you are posting, especially in real time. That's why I recommend that you don't post any photos or videos of the convention until after the con is over and you're back home and you don't have to worry about randos just showing up at your hotel door. It's for that reason personally. Several years back, I had a friend who unfortunately was dealing with a bit of a stalker situation, and someone managed to find out what convention she was going in the day that she was going, and they found her car and they actually lit her car on fire. It was completely totaled. You guys might have heard about this. It happened several years ago. So just because it might not be something that seems likely to happen to you personally doesn't mean that it isn't something that does unfortunately happen. So be mindful of the things that you share online and that you post. And if you are going to post like the hotel that you stayed in or things like that, make sure it's after the convention is over and you're already back home and the such. At the end of the day, conventions are really about being a part of a community and having fun, and if you're a part of a safe community, it's gonna be a lot easier to have fun. So thank you all so much for joining me for this video this week. Drop a like if you found this video to be helpful, as well as comments, maybe some other tips or advice that some of you more seasoned cosplayers have for some of the younger cosplayers out there. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more content like this, the subscribe button is right there. I typically post at least once a week long form videos and at least one short video once a day on YouTube Shorts. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and head out of here, but I will catch you guys at the next convention. Bye-bye.